The New York Jets took down the Houston Texans on Thursday Night Football. The final score? Jets 24, Texans 10. Aaron Rodgers was the star of the show. He threw 3 touchdown passes. 2 of those touchdowns went to the incredible Garrett Wilson. Rodgers looked comfortable in the pocket. He was making all the throws. His experience and leadership were on full display. With this win, the Jets snapped their 5-game losing streak. They needed this win. The Jets' offense was clicking. They moved the ball effectively. Rodgers spread the ball around to his receivers. The run game also contributed. It was a complete offensive performance. This win was huge for the Jets. They are now 3-6 on the season. They are still in the playoff hunt. The AFC East is wide open. Can the Jets make a run? Only time will tell. Garrett Wilson was sensational for the Jets. He was unguardable. Wilson hauled in 2 touchdown passes. One of them was a thing of beauty. He made a one-handed grab that left everyone speechless. Wilson was making plays all over the field. He was Rodgers' favorite target. His route running was crisp. His hands were like glue. Wilson is a special talent. The Jets have been waiting for a receiver like Wilson. He is the real deal. He has the potential to be a superstar in this league. The Jets have found their offensive centerpiece. Wilson's performance was a statement. He is here to stay. The Jets have a bright future with him on their side. The sky's the limit for this young star. The Jets' defense deserves a ton of credit. They were dominant. The Texans' offense could not get anything going. The Jets' defensive line was relentless. Stroud had a rough night. He was under constant pressure. The Jets sacked him multiple times. Stroud could never get into a rhythm. The Jets' secondary was also impressive. The Jets' defense made life miserable for the Texans. They forced turnovers. They shut down the run game. It was a complete defensive performance. This was the Jets' defense we expected to see all season. They were physical. They were aggressive. They were flying to the ball. If they can play like this consistently, the Jets will be a tough out. Section 4. Texans O-line, a work in progress. The Texans' offensive line struggled mightily. They could not handle the Jets' pass rush. Stroud was running for his life all night. The Texans need to address their offensive line issues. The lack of protection made it impossible for the Texans' offense to function. Stroud could not set his feet and make throws. The run game was also non-existent. The Texans need to find a way to give Stroud more time. The Texans have invested heavily in Stroud. They need to protect their investment. They need to upgrade their offensive line. Whether it's through the draft or free agency, they need to make changes. Until the Texans fix their offensive line, they will continue to struggle. It's the foundation of any good offense. The Texans need to make it a priority. Section 5. Texans. Look to regroup during mini-bye. The Texans are now 6-3 on the season. They are still in first place in the AFC South. However, this loss was a setback. They need to regroup during their mini-bye week. The Texans have a lot to work on. They need to fix their offensive line. They need to find a way to generate a consistent pass rush. They need to eliminate the costly penalties. The good news for the Texans is that they are still in a good position. They control their own destiny. If they can make the necessary adjustments, they can still make a run at the playoffs. The Texans have a talented roster. They just need to put it all together. The mini-bye week comes at a good time. They have time to rest, recover, and make adjustments. Section 6. Looking ahead. Implications for Jets and Texans. This game had major implications for both teams. For the Jets, it was a much-needed win. It kept their playoff hopes alive. For the Texans, it was a wake-up call. The Jets showed that they are not out of it yet. They have the talent to compete. If they can build on this win, they could make a run. The Texans, on the other hand, need to take a hard look in the mirror. The Texans need to figure out how to protect Stroud. If they don't, they are going to have a long season. The Jets, on the other hand, need to find a way to be more consistent. This game was a tale of 2 teams heading in opposite directions. The Jets are trending upward. The Texans are trending downward. It will be interesting to see how both teams respond in the coming weeks.